This video might actually be a little bit weird for you, especially because I don't usually do this kind of content. But not so long ago, I was actually reminded of this beautiful story. This guy right here uploaded a video on YouTube called Being Ugly, My Experience. According to the screenshot, the video got 20 million views. I am assuming it has even more views now. And the guy actually got a comment from a pretty nice lady that actually thought he was kinda cute, and they ended up married. And I'm like, well damn, that is wholesome as fuck. And hey, if there's anyone in the world that has experience being ugly, that's me, baby. So if I ended up having experience as that, might as well turn it into content, because I'm a content creation after all. Anything for views, am I right? And at this point my channel is just a combination of everything, so I might as well throw this into the mix. So like I said, I actually have quite some experience being ugly. I know, very shocking. I'm pretty sure everyone here thinks I'm absolutely perfect. But I guess some people just don't have the same opinion. Well, before going into the meat of this video, I want to clarify something. When I say I am ugly or I have experience being ugly, I don't necessarily mean my physical appearance. I am going to be a little bit off character. Kinda have to. Let's be honest, this character is really fucking hot. In real life, I consider myself average. I don't think I'm attractive by any means, but I don't think I'm ugly either. But see, I actually believe that there are several layers of attractiveness, some of which don't really have anything to do with your physical appearance. I believe that my main ugly features are actually my lack of confidence, my almost inexistent social skills, and my ability to prove my worth to other people. Also, disclaimer, this video isn't venting nor is it coping. I'm just making content out of my life experiences. Now, if you want me to describe myself IRL, I use glasses, I have curly hair, I am fairly slim, I have small muscles, my nose is somewhat big according to some people, I can grow a beard, not a proper one at least, I am Latino, Mexican, and I'm 5'5". So, average? Maybe? Okay, well, let's start getting to the juicy part. How about we start with my very first love experience? So, I was in secondary school. I think that would be 7th grade in the American system. I am sorry if that is incorrect. I am used to the Mexican system. So, there was this really cute girl that I immediately thought it was the most attractive person I've ever met. And honestly, like, she wasn't bad looking. I think she was cute. So, eventually, what needed to happen, did happen. I told her that I liked her. You know what happened? You know what my very first rejection was? Well, she basically told me that I was the worst man in the entirety of the world. Literally the worst person that could ever like her. She just repeated it over and over and over again, how I was the ugliest motherfucker in the entire planet. I should say that at this point of my life, I didn't really have any strategy. I just told her I liked her. I should also probably mention that at this point in my life, pretty much everyone in the classroom agreed that I was absolutely horrendous, physically hideous. I was, for a long time, considered the ugliest man in the entire classroom. Actually, probably in the entire school, if I remember those comments correctly. I mean, hey, there is a reason why my lore story has to do with bullying. And that was the first of many rejections. Now, not every love attempt ended up absolutely horrendously. Most of the women just kindly said no. A few of them actually ended in a pseudo friendship. I mean, most of them I don't really talk to them anymore. Also threw a few ews in the middle of there. But that's about it. Now, like I was saying, I think my biggest ugly feature is my inability to talk. First of all, I am the king of small talk. I literally had no idea how you're supposed to make a better conversation with random people. Even with friends, sometimes I struggle finding a good conversation topic because most of my friends don't really like the things I like, weirdly enough. And I'm gonna get to there, but finding people here that has my taste is not exactly the easiest thing. And I also did mention that I really struggle proving my worth as a potential partner, which is kind of the most important part of getting a date. At least according to some people I read on the internet. And emphasis on people on the internet because, well, we don't really know how true whatever they say is. But apparently, girls don't really want men to tell them what they offer. They want proof of what you can offer without you really saying it. I remember reading something about like if you put in your whatever dating profile thing, if you write that you're good with your hands or you're good at sex, people are not really gonna take you seriously. However, if you put that you're an artist, that would imply that you're good with your hands, and therefore that is a better strategy at proving what you can offer. Again, I don't really know how true this is, but well, that is something I kind of learned. So after my first rejection, I changed my strategy. And I started going into the approach of, gifting flowers, making them plushies, which I'm actually really good at making plushies. And making other cute details for them, maybe giving them some cute drawings. I actually just remember a really interesting experience where I made a really, really good drawing that I gifted to a girl, and then the girl gifted that drawing back to another guy who then started dating her. So, well, damn, that is an experience. Now, this strategy of gifting flowers, giving them details and whatnot, very often ended up being the girls telling me either I'm boring or, like I said, just giving the gifts to someone else. I do remember one that did give my plushie to her eventual boyfriend. I'm not mad at that, I'm just saying it happened. I mean, I'm glad they can enjoy something I made, I guess. And during this era is where my next quote-unquote horrible experience happened. Actually, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, this experience was indeed horrible. So this next girl, that again was from my classroom, she was really cute, had a nice body, she had an apparent good attitude. So I told her I liked her, I gave her some flowers, I believe, I don't really remember the whole thing. But the important thing is what she answered me with. She basically told me to KMS, and very graphically and with all kinds of details she could think of, described how she wanted me to die. Yep, I definitely dodged a bullet with that one. That girl was a psycho. I am happy that I ended up not being with her, though obviously it did hurt at the time because I'm like, man, am I really so ugly that this is the kind of responses I get? My gosh. Now let me tell you, I did eventually get a girlfriend, believe it or not. So I guess I'm not as ugly as I look, or as my experience would say. I had a relationship that lasted 5 years, a little bit more than 5 years actually. However, this relationship was long distance, so I'm still a virgin, and I still haven't kissed. I haven't even touched a woman yet. Romantically, I mean. But hey, I personally, and I don't really mean to brag, but I am bragging. I mean, I consider it an accomplishment. I think I'm a great boyfriend. Honestly, the only reason why that relationship ended up not working was because of outside factors. Basically, life fucked us over. I am a very caring guy. I forgive easily. I talk things out. I communicate often. I encourage communication often. I show a lot of care. I put attention to detail. I'm a great listener. If I fuck up, I really easily say sorry. And I do my absolute best to make amends. I think it's because it's been so difficult for me to get into a relationship that if I get it, I just absolutely treasure it. Of course, that doesn't mean that I put the other above my own needs, but I try to keep a really good balance. I go far and beyond for the person I love. Now the problem is I don't really know how to prove that I have these qualities without, being in a relationship first. And it's especially hard proving those things with whoever I want to be with, because I have a brain problem. And I'm not sure if I talked about this before, but might as well talk about it here. I have a brain problem in the area that handles social things. This was discovered by my psychologist. Apparently, I have some kind of issue because I didn't interact much with other people when I was a kid. So my brain pretty much just destroyed that ability. And now it is especially hard for my brain to handle these things compared to other stuff. Because, for example, I'm a genius at math. I'm a genius at, I don't know, knowledge, nerdy stuff. But with social interactions, I basically have to live my life as if I was constantly doing school presentations. It's the best way I can describe it. I have to study everyday conversations that I potentially can have with other people. I have to know the usual reactions of things in order to be able to study and figure out possible answers for that moment. This is why flirting is almost impossible for me, because I have to know exactly what to say and when to say it. And flirting is one of those things that you can't really plan. So it gets really difficult for me because I have to plan everything I say. The only reason why I can talk so much in video is because I have a script. Even when I'm streaming, I have a game in front of me that I can comment with. And also I study the game in order to have some kind of guide for my content. So yeah, it is difficult. And that brings me to my last and scariest experience of all, with a woman. So this last situation happened at a party. It was one of these parties that I was invited to, but my friends had their own friends, so I was pretty much alone at the party. I was kind of bored. So I was just there, drinking by myself. I don't really drink a lot, but I didn't have anything else to do. And this girl was right next to me. She decided to make a conversation with me. So I kept going. We talked for a little bit, not a whole lot. Like, it was just talk of like, well, how's the party? And the other one was like, yeah, it's fine. But eventually the conversation turned kind of interesting. So the girl starts saying stuff like, how she's home alone, how she hasn't had a boyfriend for a long time, how she wished for a man to, accompany her after the party. She started giving some hints like that. Quote unquote hints. You'll see what I mean. So at this point in life, I've been told multiple times that men are really dense when getting hints. Like, apparently you're supposed to just take the hints and just, take the risk, I guess. I'm honestly still trying to understand this because, sometimes the hints are not hints and the not hints are hints. It is weird. But anyway, at this point in my life, I'm pretty sure it was high school, I decide to just act on it. This might be a chance. I might as well take it. So I never said anything super suspicious, oh yeah, I want to be with you. I think I said something along the lines of oh, I can be that guy that you want, or I can go with you. Something like that. I don't fully remember. I think it was kind of quirky, but I don't really remember what I said because honestly my brain blocked most of it. Because after I reply to her, she gives me the most disgusted look I've ever seen a woman make, and then she starts freaking the fuck out. She just starts saying all of these crazy things like I was the creepiest guy, that I was trying to do bad things to her, that I wanted to, I don't know, just take advantage of her in some kind of way. And I got really damn scared. And I mean legitimately scared. I could definitely see some people staring at me, which made the whole situation even more freaky. After the fact, after the whole thing happened, I do remember some people were looking more at her in sort of a disappointed like almost as if she did this kind of thing before. And yeah, I was right. Days later, someone told me that that girl is popular for doing that kind of stuff. But at the time, that was terrifying. And from that point onward, I decided that I was never gonna flirt with a woman ever again. If the relationship happens, well, that is great. But if it's not, I am not doing flirtations things. I am going the route of like being friends with someone and then eventually just, if it happens, it happens. Which, funnily enough, that is pretty much how I met my only ever girlfriend. We kind of just became friends, and then eventually we were like, oh, well, I guess we're treating each other like a couple now. Should we be a couple? And then we were like, sure, I guess. And next thing I knew, we were a couple. I didn't even have to ask. It just happened. Well, I have talked a lot about my attitude, the way I am. But you're probably wondering, and if you're not wondering, well, okay, I'm gonna say it anyway. Have I ever received some commentary about my physical appearance? And the answer is yes. Yes, I have. Your nose is too big, your eyes are weird, you have ugly nails. This one, well, I do have to agree because I do have a weird problem because my nail beds are way too big. So my nails are just perpetually long. I literally can't do anything about this. Hell, if any of you know what the heck to do to make my nail beds shorter, please let me know because my gosh, I am desperate. Other comments towards myself have been, you look like a kid, you have a small dick, which funnily enough, that comment I've only ever received from people that have never seen my dick. In conclusion, it is definitely not easy for me to find a girl. I lack the confidence because of all the things that happened. I can't talk to women in an interesting way because of my brain problem. Also, there's no anime or games or nerdy girls here. Every single time that I see a video, especially from girls, either reacting or talking about like how to get, laid, how to get a girlfriend, especially for guys, they always say like, oh, just go to these events where you can find people like-minded, where you can find people that are interested in the same interests that you have. My English kind of stopped working for a second there. I am sorry. But the thing is, those girls really don't exist here in Mexico. Or at the very least, they're really damn difficult to find. Most girls I've met throughout my entire life are still under the impression that guys that like anime or games or those kind of stuff are really nerdy, or that they don't bathe ever, or that they're all ugly or uninteresting or even childish. Anime is still very much looked down upon over here, so it's really damn difficult to try and find people like that. So unless I try to find someone from another country, finding girls with related interests is practically impossible around here. Actually, almost no one in here knows about Vtubers. I have never seen a single woman in my life that enjoys Vtubers or that genuinely likes video games, because I have met some otaku girls, and I know that word is probably gonna be really cringe to you because, the word otaku hasn't been used in English for a long ass time, but here in Mexico, we don't really have any other word for people like me. We just call them otakus. So I have met otaku girls, but it is really interesting because otaku girls here usually only like Dragon Ball Z, maybe One Piece. Dragon Slayer is actually a very popular one. Maybe Boku no Hero if they're really daring. Even Sword Art Online, I've seen a couple. That's it. That's it. If you mention anything other than that, you still get looked down upon. Really interesting. I mean, there's still anime. I don't know why one is better than the other, but I don't know. Like, they still consider that if you watch any other anime other than the mainstream ones, you are some kind of freak. And yeah, I've seen multiple people, multiple girls that really don't like their boyfriend playing video games. I even have like one of my, I was about to say best friend, but no, like more like one of my closest friends, female friends. She's married. She has her husband. Her husband, who is also my friend, he does like to play video games, specifically Xbox games. Actually, that is another thing. Like, PC gamers almost don't exist here in Mexico. Every single person here is either an Xbox gamer or a PlayStation gamer. But yeah, he loves playing stuff in his Xbox, and his wife is always talking like, he's with his Xbox again. It's just something she has to accept, but she doesn't really like it. She kind of hates it. She will let him play, but she is not interested, like, at all. And I've seen multiple women that are like that. Women here will most likely put up with your hobbies, but will never be interested in your hobbies. Now, after saying all of that, after saying my experience as an ugly guy, and as a guy without luck, I suppose, do I believe I will ever get a girl? I mean, I don't know, maybe, probably. I keep improving on myself, and I don't know, maybe one day I can find a Vtuber or a fan, or I don't know, some kind of person that enjoys the stuff I do. Hey, listen, let's be real. I think these women that have rejected me, it's honestly their loss. I mean, have you seen my channel? Dude, I'm freaking awesome. So to end this video, I will quick draw some random things I've lived, which might be kind of interesting, and will also add to the whole ugly experience. In school, specifically in dancing class, I got the role of a womanizer as a way of mocking me. So far, I have met no girl that gives a shit about my talents. Usually when I tell them I can draw or animate or make 3D models or whatever, you guys already know what I can do. They usually go like, oh, alright. Anyway, one time I printed a massive sign to confess to someone, which got laughed at by the entire school, my crush included. And this one is a bit of an extra. One time I did have a girl propose sexual things to me, but I turned her down because I legitimately thought she was joking. I realized 3 years after I lost all contact with her. But hey, not everything is shadows. One time someone did say my hair looked good, and 2 times I was told my hands were pretty. And before you say it, those 2 people did make it very clear that they were not really interested in me. They just thought my hands were pretty. And my ex did tell me my collarbones were nice, so that's good. Even I believe that one day I can be an attractive man. I think I can develop the social skills necessary to, be considered attractive. I mean, I have the social skills of a potato. I shouldn't be a VTuber, and here I am, so there you go. Let me tell you something. If you, viewer that is watching this video, consider yourself ugly, don't lose hope. We gotta keep working on ourselves, and eventually, we'll make it. If you're a guy, and no one has said this to you, you know what? I think you look pretty handsome. I think you look definitely really good. Better than me, definitely. I know you can make it one day. I know you can be fun. I know you can be attractive. I know you are attractive. You just gotta find the right person. Don't lose hope. Keep trying. You're doing great. Also, let me tell you, that outfit that you have right now, that outfit really fits you. That outfit looks really good on you. Nice car. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and let me know if you like this kind of content, if you want me to talk about other random shit. Hopefully this was fun for someone. I don't know. Well, if it was fun, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in whatever other video I can come up with. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more VTuber related content, and follow me on my other social media, links in the description. See you in the next video, and stay awesome. Love you.